Hello, everyone. I'm the Fiery Diva, and welcome to the Hot Flash Room. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, what is the Hot Flash Room? It's a 10-minute commentary where the diva says what's on her mind. And just like a hot flash, it only lasts for a few minutes, and then all of a sudden, it just goes away. Now, I want to go ahead. I'd be remiss. I have to address this, ladies and gentlemen. I don't have much time for you. Yes, this commentary is definitely going to be brief. Diva's busy, right? I have a lot going on. First of all, who's the diva? For those who are just listening to the Flash Room, I'm a country girl from the South, born and raised in the South. Okay, so every now and then you'll hear that country dialect come out every now and then. Okay, but it's all about the clips. Okay, yes, it's all about the clips because that's what gives me my charge. Okay, so just hold on tight, all right? And we're gonna go right into this, okay?
A war has erupted between two heavyweight political commentators in the wake of Joy Reid's shock firing from MSNBC after the network suffered a string of ratings disasters and money woes.
My show had value, and that I'm sorry that what I was doing had value, and in the end, I'm not. I try not to cry on TV, and I think it's kind of like being on TV, so I apologize.
But not everyone was devastated. Outspoken commentator Megyn Kelly had no sympathy for Reid.
The big news tonight will be Joy Reid's final show on MSNBC. Single tear, white woman tears happening right here, Joy. She was officially fired over the weekend because she's a racist, horrible news anchor with no ratings. And that's really been the truth for a long time. MSNBC is under new management, and I guess they decided to come to grips with reality. The truth is, this is very sad news for us, as she's provided so much material over the years. I feel the way I felt when Brian Stelter got fired, but he came back, and you never know. I'm sure Joy Reid will wind up doing something where we will continue to get to respond to her absolutely insane POV.
This sparked a war of words online, with former CNN host Don Lemon blasting Kelly's response.
Let me just say to Megyn Kelly, in my 30-some years as a journalist and my 50-some years as a person of color, go yourself. Okay?
Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, let me make this really, really quick, okay? Yep. That was the response that that was given by. I'll start out with Megyn Kelly. First of all, Megyn Kelly, she very well can gloat. She can gloat on the demise of Joy Reid. Oh, she can very well do that. Okay, because she's secure. Okay, now she was talking about the white woman tears, right? Where'd that get Joy? You know why? Because those were black women. That was a black woman's tears. Okay, Megyn Kelly, come on now. Yes, talk about the white woman tears. No, that's why she don't have a job. That don't work with black women. Take it from a black woman who knows. Okay, now let me just say this. Don Lemon came in. Okay, he had a few choice words. Now let me just start out by saying right off the rip, ladies and gentlemen, as I heard one of my children say. Let me say this. Okay, I'm not a fan of Joy Reid. I didn't care much for her at all. I really didn't. But however, at the end of the day, she's still a black woman. And I'm not going to glorify and gloat in her demise. And it's really not her demise. It's really a beginning. Because Joy, what you don't realize, dry those tears up. Those people did you a favor. Half of that stuff that you're saying on there, you didn't agree with from the start. Okay, you're taking it from somebody who knows. Okay, now I said, well, you know what? I told my one of my children, I said, I'm about to do this commentary real quick. I said, because I know how it is. I've been fired before in media. I've been fired before. And my child said, Mama, wait a minute. No, do you remember the first time? Yes, Diva has been fired twice. Okay, one TV, one radio. Now I'm going to tell you, television, it did hurt years ago. Goodness, it's been about 20 years ago. That hurt, okay? Yes. Oh, and I remember I called this guy. He was one of my clients. In fact, he was a client. And he was the one that I was just letting everybody know that I wouldn't be their salesperson anymore. And I was crying, and I said, I told him, I said, what is so wrong with me wanting to pursue my dream? What is so wrong with that? Do you know what that boy's reply was? And I'm a country girl from the South, born and raised in the South, so that's how that's how we refer, guys and girls around here. That boy's reply to me, and I'll never ever forget it. He said, "Dream. You ain't supposed to be dreaming, ninja." Woo! Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, that was the wake-up call right there. Dreaming. No, you're not supposed to be dreaming. You get out here and you labor. You help them build this and maintain their riches. What are you talking about dreaming? They don't care anything about your dream. Come on now. Lord have mercy. Like I said, I can't stay long. And I'm the fiery diva for those who have just tuned in, all right? Yes, yes, yes. For the 2 or 3 people that's listening. No, I don't have a large following because I don't really have time to really pursue this like I should. But Diva has different things going on, which I'm gonna go ahead and cover this real quick. I remember this guy. He was taping my show one time. He was the videographer of my show before I learned how to do it myself. And this is what he told me, because I was struggling so hard, I was struggling. I mean, I was trying to pay for a television studio, the rent, the utilities, and I was a single mother, having to pay for the bills here at my house and, pay car notes, insurance, and all that stuff. Now, keep in mind, I'm self-employed, so this is on the back of one woman, one person. I didn't have anybody to come to my rescue. In fact, I had a lot of insults, okay? Yes, 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 it's true. That's another commentary for another day. But I made it. And so this is what that taught me right there. Yes, okay, I do television. Yes. He said, but don't put all your eggs in one basket. That was the realest thing. So now I guess you could say I'm a serial entrepreneur. Yes, I have more than one thing going on because if one thing fails, I have that to fall back on. Now let's move up to radio. Let's move up. Now radio didn't hurt as bad. You know why it didn't hurt as bad? Because I remember my radio partner, he went first. He went first and he was a dynamic PD. Yes, and a great personality. Had wonderful personality and everything. They let that man go. Okay, they said budget cuts. Oh yes, always budget cuts in the black radio station, right? But okay, one lady lost her job at another big radio station. They hired her. Okay, what happened to the budget cut? Okay, but anyway, it didn't neither here nor there. That's not my call. That's their radio station. Okay, so what could you say? You couldn't do anything but smile, chew the cheese, and don't swallow. That's all you had to do, and that's just what it was. Okay, now let me go ahead and move on because this is the first time I've ever talked about it, but this is the time to talk about it. I didn't get comfortable. I sure didn't because of the television experience I had before. Okay, I had different things, multiple things going on. Okay, even to this day, I have things going on, that would supplement my income because I knew I couldn't depend on radio. And you can take this to the bank. I was the lowest paid in that radio station, the lowest. You hear me? Nobody was getting the salary I was getting. There's no way that wasn't even possible. Okay, that's another commentary for another day. So I had to do what I had to do. So I'm gonna tell you where the blow came in. Okay, now it was a white girl that was over the hip hop station. All right, I knew when they let that girl go, when they fired her, I knew my time was limited. I knew then. I knew, okay, pack light because you're next. Oh, I knew that. We get discernments now, okay, because we connected with the higher power, black people. You know what I'm talking about. We get them discernments and we get those feelings, those intuitions. They are strong. We know things before anybody else. That's why you need to come and be in friends with black people now. Like people going to the bottoms. I'll never forget the heat of the night. But I'm getting off track here, okay? But I knew then that it was going to be that part of my life was going to be over, but it was far from over. You know why? Because now I started the podcast. Okay, children have been telling me for years, "Mommy, you need a podcast." Oh boy, I don't have time for a podcast. That's what I told them I didn't. And I try to take time out. Like I said, I'm gonna have to cut this short because I have a busy day today. Okay, so let me go ahead and say this. But I'm glad I have the podcast because now let me tell you something. Diva is a brand. Fiery Diva is a brand. If I didn't build anything else, I have a voice. Okay, yes, I have a voice. People want to know what I think about various things. They come by the family business, okay? They come by my family business. If I'm out and about, they want to talk politics with me, white and black. That is why I stopped speaking. You won't hear me speak on my live platforms. You don't hear my voice anymore. If you want to hear my voice, you must listen to this commentary, or you have to come to my face, to my business, or whatever. But no, my voice is a brand. You must pay me for my voice. That's the reason you don't hear me speak anymore. It was a promoter that told me years ago. He said, "You don't know your value. You don't know your own value." And I didn't at the time. So that's why you won't hear my voice. Okay? Yes. Okay? Yes, family, people in the circle. Yes, they hear my voice because they got Diva Direct. They know how to get in contact with Diva. But other than that, no. If you come to that family business, I may be able to talk to you. Then again, I may not. Okay? But at the end of the day, what I would say to Joy Reid and what I would say with Don Lemon, you guys have a brand. Don has his own things. I wasn't a fan of Don's either. Okay, but he has his own thing. That's still a black man at the end of the day. Okay, yes. So they had their own things going on, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm glad of that. Now, Joy, dry those tears up, like Big Mama and them used to say. Girl, dry up. Dry them tears up. They don't care anything about your tears. They're laughing at you. You see, Megan Kelly is the prime example of that. That's the way they made fun of me too. Well, she brought it on herself. You know, they love to say that kind of stuff, okay? And they'll say, "Oh, well, who is they, Diva? You know who I'm talking about." When I say they, y'all know who I'm talking about, okay? Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, wrong button. That lets you know it's time for Diva to wrap this thing up. But I gotta go. I gotta go. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm the Fiery Diva. And this is the Hot Flash Room. And there's nothing hotter than a hot flash.